Hello viewers, welcome back. This is Joe. Let's analyze the Nifty market prediction for tomorrow. Before moving forward, let's quickly recap today's overall market movement. The market opened with a massive gap down of around 160 points and initially showed a heavy selling pressure and touched the 23,315 level. But from there, market took control and a strong short covering started in the market. If you look at the intraday movement, the downside movement was around 165 points, while the upside recovery was nearly 213 points. Overall, the market witnessed a total movement of approximately 378 points, which clearly indicates high intraday volatility. Now let's analyze the possible market trend for tomorrow using VWAP, CPR and pivot levels. I have already marked all the important levels on the chart based on today's data. I would like to explain the key factors and the basis on which I am arriving at this market trend prediction. Point number 1. The market closed at 23,649, which is above the pivot and VWAP closing level. This indicates the overall market sentiment still bullish. Point number 2. CPR width has increased significantly. Today's CPR difference is around 96 points, whereas the previous day's CPR was only 54 points. Generally, a wider CPR indicates lower probability of a strong trend move, higher probability of rotational or range bound market. So tomorrow may not become a huge trending day unless we get a strong gap breakout. Point number 3. Price closed strongly above VWAP after recovering from the morning fall. This clearly shows that buyers dominated during the second half of the session. This supports two important things. Intraday dip may continue to, but bulls are still active in the market. Now let's discuss the bullish scenario for tomorrow. Scenario 1. If the market opens above 23,600 to 23,620 and sustains above it, then the possible upside target could be 23,720, 23,780 and 23,840. Especially if the opening remains above the top central pivot level, bullish momentum may continue. Okay, let's talk about scenario 2. If the market fails to hold 23,600, then price may revisit the pivot point and the bottom central pivot point, that is 23,554 and 23,506. Also, we have to keep mindful on the support zone 23.450. If the price breaks below the bottom central pivot, the stronger selling pressure may enter and the market. Scenario 3. If the market trade between 23,522 and 23,603, then the market is likely to remain sideways. In that situation, it is better to wait patiently for either a breakout or breakdown before planning for any entry. Now let's discuss the bearish scenario. Due to the global cues and uncertainty, the market can also open with a gap down tomorrow. Case 1, moderate gap down opening. If the market opens near 23,580 to 23,600, this is still manageable for bulls because TC is planned around 23,602 and the pivot is 23,554. So if the market quickly reclaims the 23,600, then gap down buying can happen and the recovery is possible. Case 2, strong gap down opening. If the market opens below 23,520, which is below the bottom central pivot, then the setup becomes a more bearish. Opening below BC, which is around 23,560, indicates weakness. In that case, the possible downside target could be 23,450, 23,380 and 23,320, which is today's low. Now coming to the overall expectation for tomorrow. Mild bullish bias remains in the market. Intraday volatility is possible. Expected range is likely between 23,520 and 23,780. But if price breaks below 23,520, then the market may fall towards 23,320 zone. So let's wait for tomorrow's market opening and observe the price actions carefully before taking any positions. If possible, let me put another video for pre-market analysis based on the Nifty levels. And tomorrow, I now continue on the accuracy. Happy and profitable trading. Thank you for watching.